my guy. Go follow the Zarik channel.
Alright. Here we are. The finale. Maybe. I don't know. I don't even know if the stream's going to work. Might have to just stop like 10 seconds in. Because I was having so many issues yesterday. Don't know what that was about still. But we'll see. Alright. So, Kat said she wants to escape too, and she's saying she's a good person or whatever. We'll see. See how this goes. Alright. But I didn't have a choice. You know how it is with Damien. It doesn't matter if you share the same blood. It was a little loud for me. Oops, I clicked on the wrong thing. He'll take the people you love hostage and use them to force you to dance to his tune. I'm sorry I betrayed you, Zarik. I really am. But if I had to do it again, I'd do it again in a heartbeat. Because there was someone I needed to save. I know I must look like the villain to you. But believe me, I have people I care about too. If you're so compassionate, how come you burned up our only way out of here? You're lucky I did, Zarik. If you'd actually flown as planned, you'd all be at the bottom of the ocean right now. What do you mean? It's a cruel trick of Damien's. He knew there was a chance that people on this show would recover their memories and try to escape. So he made us build the hangar and the plane. It's the only place anyone trying to escape would go. Good morning, US. Good morning, USA. Yes. Oops. Both my cats are up here. I don't know what they're planning. They plotting. They scheming. Alright, exactly. I've told you in the past, Allie, never fly that plane, or take the boat out of sight of the island. If you did, you'd have blown up like fireworks. That Allie and I were in that plane, which was little more than a flying death trap, sent to chill. Okay, I hate OMG. I played this forever ago. I forgot about it. See, don't say anything because I haven't played it yet. Obviously, I'm at the end though. I hate how things are worded in this game. Like, there's so many different things that like sentences that just don't sound right. That Allie and I were in that plane, which was little more than a flying death trap, sent a chill down my spine. See, I feel like that's the way it was supposed to be read, but it's weird. I remember really nothing. Alright, sounds good. Look, the simple reality is, you need me to escape. Without me, you won't even make it past the barrier. What barrier? Exactly. Alright, Sylvain, I don't trust you. Get off. Get off the desk. And though I hate it, I need you guys to help me in my... Wait. Help me in my... Us escape. She reached her hand towards me for a handshake. Allies? It's funny because her name is spelled A-L-L-I-E, so she could be being Allies? Anyway, let's discuss first. Kat leaned against a wall while the rest of us debated what to do. Can we really trust her? This might just be another trap. It's not like it'd be the first by her you fall into. Like, see that sentence right there. It's weird. Poor kitties, mine's on my legs. See, normally they come sit on my lap, but they're just being obnoxious right now. You're right. That said, it's not like we have much to lose at this point. Even if she'd done terrible things to us in the past, we still need her to escape. You alright, Allie? I'm fine. I'm just angry at myself. Hey, don't beat yourself up about it. We're still alive. That's what counts. She's right, you know. I'm not sure how I'm feeling right now either, but we're alive. That counts for something. I got 1 of 10 ads. I'm gonna cry. I'm sorry. It's Twitch's fault, not mine, please. You're right, Zarik. And as much as I hate to say it, I think we'll need Kat's help, trustworthy or not, if we want to stay that way. But we'll need to keep an eye on her. We have to trust her. Okay, let's be real, though. Like, by this point, we kind of have to trust her. We really do, because she already knows we're trying to leave. So, what are we going to do? If we say no, she'll be like, hey, they're trying to leave, kill them. You know? If we say yes, it's like a 50-50 shot, really. So, we have to trust her. Sure. I'll be keeping an eye on her, though. We can't afford to blindly trust anyone who says they can help us. Alright, Kat. If you want our help, you're going to need to answer a few questions. Enter Kat. Ask away. What the hell is this sick show for? And why have you been forcing us to repeat it over and over? It is like some amnesia type shit, really. As someone from the Resistance, it should be obvious to you. This is just one of hundreds of killing shows we air. Shows that keep people scared, that keep people from organizing against the government. You want to paralyze people with fear? You broadcast exactly what will happen to you if you rise up. You're monsters, you know that? I don't disagree with you, but we're not in charge here. Some of us still have family to lose, Allie. Continue. Before we air each show... I only got one hit. Well, it shouldn't matter how many ads you get, because I think it's all the same amount of time. But that's all up to Twitch, really. Before we air each show, we test them internally on test audiences to see what kind of ratings they bring for the fortunate and what kind of despair they bring for the less fortunate. I see. Okay, that took a second to process. So they want to see if the rich people like it and if the poor people are scared of it. I could have just said that. If they tested well enough, we'd air it, but it wasn't efficient. But we couldn't just film a killing show over and over again to see which version of it rated best. You can't bring people back from the dead. It was the same for the test audiences. You couldn't just make them watch multiple versions of a show, as they'd remember previous versions that would influence their opinions. There was no way to test multiple versions of a show without losing the feeling that lives were really in danger. God, ugh, it's rough. But the memory writer would have changed that. It did. We were able to reuse everybody, our volunteer actors, the test audiences. Since we could just make people forget what happened, we could film run after run of the show, where each was as if it were the first time to all of you. And that's exactly what we've been doing here for the last 2 years. Jesus, that's a long time. It was a lot to hear. I had a feeling, but to know that people looked at us like we were nothing but lab rats... Let me do this real quick. There we go. Back to this. While I genuinely was afraid for my life, it's sickening. We were silent for a while. If you've been testing the show this long, when's the real thing? There is no real thing. It's only what version tests the best. That said, there's only so much time Damien is willing to spend on the show, and that time is almost up. This is the last run of the show. If you don't escape before the end, you're all as good as dead. I know Damien and I have said that we'd let you and your chosen partner go if you achieve good enough ratings, but it's a lie, isn't it? Yeah. I'm sorry I've waited this long to try to help you guys. I've been too scared to risk it all, but I've nothing left to lose now. She extended her hand to me for a handshake. Allies, at least till we're out of here? I don't really have a choice this time either, huh? If you wanted to, you could report us right now. That's true, and my word would count for more than all of yours. But that wouldn't save the person I need to. Like it or not, we have to work together. Then it's a deal. Allie shook Kat's hand. Kat, are you sure you don't want to... I'm fine, Scarlet. It's not important anymore, and we don't have any time to waste. If you say so. Anyway, the only time we can escape is the last day of the show, between midnight and just before the sun goes up. That's when the boat comes to welcome the newly engaged couple, and that's the only way off this island alive. It also doubles as a supply ship. We use it to replenish between each run of the show. Are there no other planes on the island? A boat would be far slower. Unfortunately, it's not so easy. There's a protective shell around the island which performs two functions. First, it renders us invisible to satellite. It's the reason why your people couldn't find us, Allie. Second, if anything bigger than a human being tries to get in or outside of the barrier, it'll get fried, unless it's emitting a compatible IFF signal. The only way off the island that will have that signal is the boat. God, I'm doing terrible at reading this. I'm betting it'll be heavily guarded. Well, yes, but not from people on it. The ship itself will be run by a skeleton crew. It's the staff on the island who we'll have to watch out for. It's the staff on the island that we'll have to watch out for. Okay. That still leaves the question of how we'll deal with them. Last time I checked, there's hundreds of them. And not even 10 of us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 7 of us. Actually, it might not be so hard after all. I've got a plan that just might work. Though I have to admit, it's a little crazy. I like the sound of that. I don't know. Can we really be risking anything right now? If it involves zombies again, I'm out. Yui explained her plan to us, with a renewed confidence that could inspire anyone to believe. Luckily, we still have tomorrow, so we have just the amount of time we need. This just might work, Yui. You're a mad genius. Let's just say I've been holding back my creativity till now. It's crazier than anything I'd imagined, and crazy enough to work. Oh, this is so cliche, it's painful. Let's get to work. Wait, were we even listening to the same plan? The others went their separate ways to help prepare for Yui's plan. But Kat stayed. Our business wasn't finished just yet. What's up? How am I supposed to trust you? What's your game? Yeah, what's your game? I want to trust you, Kat. I really do. But you're up to something, aren't you? Just like every other time I trusted you. I can't blame you for feeling that way. And I can't take back what I've done before. The only thing I can say to try to make you trust me is that we both have people we care about, Zarik. And that if you don't escape, then the person I care about will go down with you. I'm not asking for you to put your neck out for me. You'll never have to. I'm asking for your help. I'm asking for you to help somebody that you've never met and you never will. Somebody innocent. It's strange. This woman has put me through hell, treated me like a lab rat and more, and yet somehow I think she's telling the truth. Honestly, it doesn't really matter if you do trust me. You'll see tomorrow that I'm going along with Yui's plan either way. I'll trust you, Kat. I'm sorry for yelling at you earlier. Don't be. I literally shot you. I think that earns you the right to be angry and more. No? Okay, yeah. Shouldn't he have a scar from being shot? Shouldn't he be seeing that and be like, hey, when did this happen? Whatever. Well, I've gotten to know you over these past years. Not for more than a couple weeks straight, but I got to know you. And I think you're rude and manipulative and have no problem lying to my face. Hey, can we skip to the part where you compliment me? You're also incredibly crass. You keep secrets from everybody and... You finished? But I don't think you're a bad person. Every time the show ran, you always talked to me to make me feel like I wasn't alone. And you made sure I never lost hope. I know that was never part of the job. You didn't have to do that. Yet you did it over and over. It must have been so tiring to do that over and over, full well knowing that we were doomed. I don't know why you're doing all this, but I believe that you do care about helping people. I'm flattered, Zarik. But you've got me wrong. What do you mean? Everything I've ever done for you, the others, it's been for my own selfish reasons. It just happens to line up nicely. Though I appreciate the compliment. Unlike before, I couldn't tell if she was telling the truth. Wait. I couldn't tell. Yeah, I said that right. Okay. We went our separate ways shortly after. I spent the rest of the night helping the others with preparing for the plan. I was exhausted when I went back to my room, but I still couldn't fall asleep for several hours. Dude, this dude's gonna, like, commit the final plan with no sleep. I don't like that. I don't trust it. It's as if something's on the tip of my tongue, but I just barely can't grasp it. That doesn't make sense. You're not talking to anyone, so it's not on the tip of your tongue. It'd be like the edge of your brain. I don't know. Yet somehow I know I'm closer than I've ever been. Whatever. Ah, it's bright as shit. Kat was true to her word. Instead of having another date on the 6th day of the show, she planned a huge party for the staff instead. A thank you for all your hard work party. As soon as she told her staff that Violet would be cooking for the event, all of them dropped everything and helped prepare for it. While the staff prepared the party grounds during the day, each of us were hard at work making sure other parts of it went well. Violet cooked mountains of food as if her life depended on it. In truth, it did. Yui was playing games with the staff outside. It didn't take long for her to become a fast favorite of them. I'm pretty sure half the staff were playing the games just so they could get her to notice them, and she knew it. Women. Just using us. With their wily charms. I have to admit, I'm really impressed by Yui. Her plan is really coming together. Tara and Scarlet joined forces to make sure all the staff joined the festivities. Tara used Kat's producer room to find any stragglers who hadn't joined the festivities. As Tara found them one by one, Scarlet turned on the charm and made sure that they came with her to the party. Is it her tongue? Or is it... That's gotta be her tongue, right? If you look at it close enough, like, it looks like her mouth, the side of her mouth is open like that, and it just looks weird. Anyway. Then when it was time for Scarlet to switch to her other mission, Allie took over, though I'm told she employed more force than charm. Meanwhile, I ran around like a chicken with its head cut off, trying to make sure every part of our plan was going smoothly. And for once, it did. A few hours later, we had every staff member on the island partying their lights out. Everybody's here? You bet. You should have seen the ones that tried to run. I made sure everyone who came stayed, too. Perfect. Everybody's eaten. As they should have. It is fine food. Looks like it's all going according to plan. I wonder if they drugged them or something. I'm just going to ahead and get to the fun. I'm just going... See? That's... They're not... Who translated this shit? I'm just going to go ahead and get to the fun part. Scarlet pulled out a remote from her pocket and pressed a button on it. A few seconds later, fireworks were shooting into the night sky above the party grounds. The cheers of the staff were like thunder. And with that, the plan is going as smoothly as can be. Great job, team. We owe you one, Yui. Right back at you, Allie. We cheered as firework after firework lit up the night sky. Whoa, are fireworks supposed to be this bright? Come to think of it, these fireworks are practically blinding. I have to say, I did a pretty good job with these fireworks. Though there might be some side effects to watching them from so close. Let's worry about that later. The fireworks were the signal to those trying to escape, that there was nothing left to do except wait. It's going to be a long night. I know what we said before, but it'd be such a shame to spend tonight just worrying over what may happen tomorrow. We might live, we might die, same as any other day. Okay, so they're not escaping tonight then. Okay, I was like, do they have time to just be standing here watching fireworks? All right. How about instead we just dance the night away? Okay, twice. Da 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 da. Let's dance the night away. All right, you know what? That sounds great. That sounds lovely. Let's do it. Oh, here comes Ferdinand. You gonna hang out in my lap? Come on, let's dance like there's no tomorrow. Yuck. Don't be like that, Tara. It'd be good for us to blow off some steam. Dancing sounds like exercise, and exercise... Shut up, Tara. Jesus. Allie picked up Tara over her shoulder. And away we go. Good. Get her out of here. Come. Actually, these are my three favorites. Actually, four favorites. These are... Yeah, they got rid of Allie and Tara in one fell swoop. Isn't that nice, Ferdy? Ferdy wants to be on camera. There we go. Look at that. They got rid of Tara and Allie. It's amazing. All right, come on, come on. Scarlet grabbed my hand and pulled me with her to where people were dancing. The others followed close behind. They sure are carefree, huh? Some things never change. Maybe we'll get out of here tomorrow. Maybe we won't. I hope we do, though. I like to think that one day we'll look back and remember this day. It was the most fun night I've ever had, out of the nights that I can remember. We lived like there was no tomorrow. And now, we'll find out if there is a tomorrow for us. And fade to black. And we open on a forest. Alright, we waited in the darkness for hours, waiting for the boat to come. Okay, so this is the same night then. The plan was simple, yet had no room for error. First, we need to make sure the boat really is coming. It's later than usual. You think they're onto us? No. It'll just be a little longer. It's cold. There's no point worrying at this point. If they're onto us now, we're already dead. All we can do is wait. We waited for an hour more, then another, then another. We were losing hope. I guess we're... It's here! Kat pointed towards the ocean. We all looked in unison. Just as she said, the boat was coming. It looked huge, despite how far it was. It must be massive from up close. Alright, it's only going to be a few minutes before it reaches the shore. Let's book it back to the mansion. Second, we need to get back to the mansion before the boat reaches the shore. Okay. From what Kat told us, the staff will physically inspect the mansion to make sure we're there. We can't rely on overriding the feeds. If we're not there, they'll sound the alarm, and our chance of escaping will go from slim to nil. What an interesting word choice. According to Kat, it's how I got caught last time. We made it back to the mansion and rushed to our respective rooms. I turned off the light, then jumped onto the bed and pretended to be asleep. A few moments later, I heard the sound of somebody opening a door. Did he never notice this before? It must be them. There was a mechanical rhythm to it. Footsteps, a door would open, more footsteps, a short pause, footsteps again, a door would close, repeat. So multiple people checked on him? Over and over, closer and closer, till it got to my room. Oh, okay, he was listening to all the doors opening. I was so confused. That was not explained well. I tried my best to make my breathing sound natural. I'm clicking a lot. Am I supposed to be... Okay. Breathe in. Breathe out. Oh, I hear those footsteps. I don't like it. A second later, my door opens. I can tell there's probably about 5 people. It's a good amount of people. Breathe in. They're walking closer to me. Breathe out. I can tell 2 of them are in front of me. They're muttering somewhere under their breath. Okay, bro, this... I would not be able to sleep through this. Unless they had, like, white noise or something on. Maybe. You have to pity her. Come on, she could do better. Rude. Breathe in. Hey, something's wrong. It feels like my heart stopped. Breathe out. They're moving closer to me, step by step. What's that? Breathe in. I think. Takes everything I have not to move, when every nerve in my body screams to run. This is it. They're on to me. I can't help but ball up the fist of my hand. Never mind. We're done for the night. Let's head out. Sounds good to me. I heard them walk further away from me than outside the room. Finally, they closed the door. I breathed out like never before. On to the next part of the plan. I really wonder what they saw, though. You know, I kind of want to... I want more on that. Or were they just, like, fucking with you for dramatic effect? They didn't... I don't know. They couldn't even make something up that they saw. Anyway. We regrouped downstairs. That wasn't so difficult, was it? Like taking candy from a baby. Wait, where's Tara? Did Tara literally fall asleep? I'll go check on her. As if on cue, Tara came running down the stairs. I'm good, don't worry about it. And I definitely didn't fall asleep just now. See, I knew it, called it. I didn't buy it, and the rest of us didn't either. Bruh, honestly, if Tara did fall asleep, or if any of them fell asleep, leave without them. They fucked up, you know? Alright, back to the problem at hand. We may have avoided detection for now, but now there's going to be upwards of 100 guards on patrol between here and the boat. There's little to no chance we can all make it there without being seen, but it's a chance we'll have to take. Actually, we had just the thing for that. Courtesy of Scarlet and I. What's that? Well, we went through all the trouble of preparing such a big party for all the staff. It would be a shame if we didn't give them a little extra to chew on, no? They did drug them! You didn't. Oh, she did. It was like an absurd scene from an art house movie gone mad. Brains. Are they gonna say bananas? Bananas. Why was it so... that doesn't make sense. Why was it so delayed this time? That doesn't add up. I hate this inconsistency. Brains and bananas. Grr, grr. Grr, brains, accounting, should have, grr. Hundreds of zombies littered the field. Like literally, that one thing should have skipped so much of it. They should have had to pretend like they're asleep because the people would be monkey zombies, right? Like, this doesn't... This is stupid. You know, I can't believe we ever let you make shit, Scarlet. You better be glad that you did. Now that I think about it, couldn't we just have put a sleeping agent or something like that in? Where's the fun in that? Well, we still have to go past them to get to the boat, right? Don't worry about it. I've got a fair share of experience in taking down zombies. Something about that rubs me the wrong way. Don't worry about it. Let's be on our way. We managed to sneak out of the mansion without much of a fuss. As soon as we got into the forest, it was smooth sailing. As soon as we got into the forest, it was smooth sailing. There were just a few zombies in there. To be honest, how much Scarlet enjoyed herself taking them down was more concerning. I'll worry about that when we get off this island. For now, I'll focus on getting out of here. A few moments later, we made it to the beach. The boat was clear in sight. Wow, it's huge. Let's not waste any time. We rushed onto the ship. Wait, what's the background now? Is that the boat? I can't see it with all these fucking women. We rushed onto the ship and ran straight for the captain's deck. You guys wait here. It's practically guaranteed that the engine's been tampered with, and I need to fix it. If I know my father, he'll do it just the way it was last time. You know what, Zarik? Come with me just in case. Maybe that's where the crew members are. Lead the way. Hey, there's the boat. Damn, that's a nice-ass boat. It was pitch black inside. Cat had to shine a light to see anything. Strange. Where are they? Well, let's not look a gift horse in the mouth. No, I don't trust that shit. Found it. Chalk it up to my dad outsourcing everything to the grunts. This is child's play to me now. Cat got to work fixing the engine. Watch my back. We still don't know if we're in the clear, and this is going to take a minute. Got it. I turned around and kept a lookout. It was almost impossible to see anything, though. Since when were you a mechanic? Honestly, since my first failed escape. I had to teach myself. There isn't exactly a trade school on this island. If I hadn't, I'd never be able to help anybody escape this island. I'm sorry I didn't trust you before, Cat. I get it now, why you did what you had to do. Keep talking like that and you'll raise a death flag for the both of us. Jeez. We can talk more later. If you'd like. In the meantime, this boat is fixed. Nice. Let's tell the others and get the hell out of here. I bet they're, like, all being held hostage or some shit. Never mind, they're smiling. Damn. We ran back to the others and told them the good news. At the same time, Cat revved up the engine of the boat. We were good to go. We literally jumped for joy as the boat started to move. Gosh, I can't believe it. We're really doing this. We're finally getting out of here. Like, this is so painful, like, because you know something's about to happen. Like, they're setting up for it so hard, it hurts. That'd be funny if I click this and it's just like credits. Whatever. It is hard to believe, but it is true. We did it. Now, you don't have to thank me all at once. We really did it. Thank you, Cat. You really saved us. You did. We wouldn't be able to get to this point if it weren't for you. There's no need to thank me. I actually should apologize that I didn't do any of this sooner. The intercom rang out. Cat turned white as a sheet when we heard a voice that was all too familiar. No. Damn it. Damien. Ding, ding, ding. I guess you learned at least something in school, Cat. Not enough, clearly, but hey, it's something. That's got to win a participation ribbon somewhere. You knew what I was planning? Of course I did, dearie. I made you. I know exactly how you think. And I have to thank you. Your mother would be proud at the show you've given us these last 2 years. What? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I forget to tell you? While you were busy filming Zarik and those other bitches, my team was filming your brave attempts to save these idiots. Gives the audience a little more reason for why they should stay in line, you know? After all, if I do this to my own daughter, imagine what I do to someone who wasn't. You're a monster. Flattery will get you nowhere, Kit Kat. Well, it doesn't matter now. Do whatever the hell you want. We're getting out of here. We fixed the boat, and there's nothing you can do to stop us now. We're getting out of here. Saying garbage like that is just playing with fire, love. The earth started to shake. Even though we were on the boat, I could tell the island was rumbling. In the distance, a metal barrier slowly rose out of the ocean, all around the island. It climbed higher and higher till it cast a shadow over the boat. Higher and higher, till the only daylight we could see was just from a circle above us. We were trapped. How about we play a game, little rats? Damien spoke down to us from some kind of holographic screen on the walls. Damn, that's fancy as shit. He gestured to some kind of machine behind him, in what looked like a strange kind of stadium. I've got myself a little switch here that controls the barrier. One push of this, and you'd be free to go. It'd be easy for you to waltz on in and flip it. You've gotten rid of all our security. But this switch is only going to work if you have two people's handprints with producer-level clearance. Sure, you've got Cat, but you'll never be able to get mine. He pulled out the same gun I'd been shot with before. Though don't let that stop you from trying. Can't we just cut off his hands? Like, I feel like we can cut off his hands. There's 7 of us. He can't shoot all of us if we rush him, you know? Alright, anyway. The hologram disappeared with a click, leaving us in an uneasy silence. Our hands are tied. We've no choice but to go back. Hello? He's got a gun! He'd take us all down before we even have a chance to grab him. We've got no choice, though. If we wait here, it's only a matter of time before they can send people after us. I guess we have to head back to the beach. Let's turn this around. We got an ass to kick. See, Violet's got the right idea. No, that's exactly what Damien wants you to do. The turning around part or the ass kicking? I'll leave that to your imagination. Damien has a script that he wants to see play out. People try to revolt, fail, and get killed. I guarantee you if we do just that, he has a plan for it. So we're gonna like sail to the edge of the dome and like just try to claw our way out. He'll find some kind of way to turn us against each other, and then none of us will be making it out of here alive. I already turned on Terra. Let's be real. Even so, we can't just stay here and wait until we're out of time. Zarik and I will go to flip the switch. Besides, we're the only 2 people here who can do anything about it. Question mark? What do you mean by that? I thought that only you and Damien... I'll explain on the way. There's no time. Zarik, are you ready to run? I won't allow it. There's no way we are letting Zarik go back there without us. You said it, sister. Ugh. I'm not letting you all lose your one chance of getting out of here. Scarlet, please. You know exactly what Damien is capable of. I don't like this, Cat. I know. Let them go. Believe me, I hate this. I hate this to my core. But Cat's right. ... Cat didn't waste a moment. She reached for my hand. We started hauling ass. Before I knew what I was doing, we ran off the boat together and back to the mansion as fast as we could. I was running on pure instinct, like my body had done this before, countless times. I looked back to the boat just once, but I couldn't help but linger for a moment. I could tell from their faces that they wanted to be running with me, not waiting for us to come back. I'm going to make Damien pay for making them suffer like this. We went back to running. I followed Cat's lead. It's earlier than I'd planned, but there's no time like the present for exposition about your past. Ooh, finally! Ooh, this is so exciting. It would be good to know why I'm running with you. Would I happen to be resistant to bullets? We'll find out if you are together. Though, if you look at your history, I'd say no. Hey, I survived the time you shot me. I'm pretty resistant. Touché. Before you came onto the show, you were a producer, just like me. We used to work together. We were partners. In more ways than one, though. That was forever ago. Living and working on this island was the only life I'd ever known. Okay, wait, so if we were, like, partners, she just sat back and watched me fuck these 5 chicks over and over again for 2 years? That's fucking wild. Like, that would be, like, the most torturous thing for me. I can't imagine. It sounds awful, but I didn't have a problem with running these shows. There was nothing different to compare it to. But then I met you. I've got no idea what would bring someone like you to this island, but meeting you changed me. She smiled like I'd never seen before. You made me see that there was a world out there that was beautiful. You made me hope that I could be a part of that world one day. And you helped me realize that we needed to shut this place down if we wanted there to be a world out there at all. For years, we worked together to free as many people as we could from these death trap shows. We'd ship them away to safety, fake their deaths, everything. And we did just that, for a time. Then Damien started to suspect something was up. Each day he got closer and closer to figuring out, until I knew we couldn't stay any longer. But it was too late by then. Damien caught us. You mean you betrayed me? I can't remember much, but I remember you and we were together. And then you sold me out right when we were trying to escape? Why? It's like I said before, I didn't have a choice, and I still don't. I know you have no reason to trust me anymore, and I don't expect you to. Okay, this is a lot of exposition for them to be running and talking like this. But we need each other's help to get off this island now. Since both of us are technically still producers, we can't activate the switch if we were together. Oh, we can activate the switch if we work together. Okay, that makes more sense. We don't even have to take Damien down, though I doubt he'd let us use it that easily. Can you trust me enough for that? Honestly, I don't know. A part of me wants to trust Kat, the same part that unconsciously remembers that I did for years and years. But how can I forget that betrayal, even if she had her reasons? Sure. You literally have no choice, buddy. I'll keep an eye on her. When we got back to the mansion, Kat made a beeline for the lab. I ran with her as fast as I could. Our footsteps on the winding metal staircase echoed like a thundering drum. You're about to see the real reason why the show is on this island. Kat took out her master key and slid it into a hidden socket in a wall behind one of the tanks. Click. Don't say I didn't warn you. The same wall split into 2 doors, slowly revealing another hidden staircase. You think you guys could get an elevator instead? I said the same thing. As soon as I took one step down the staircase, I could tell something was different. Something was telling me that I shouldn't go down there. Is this like the island from Lost? That'd be a wild fucking twist. Come on, we don't have time to waste. I've got nothing to lose. With each step down, it grew darker and darker. Eventually, I couldn't even see my hand in front of my face. Then, light. Blinding light. And applause? Wow, what the fuck? Is that a maze? Welcome, welcome, you finally made it. Damien's face was plastered over countless screens in a stadium that could fill tens of thousands of people. This is all underground? How do you get tens of thousands of people down here? Is there more than just those stairs? Y'all got teleporters or some shit? This doesn't make sense. Countless cameras littered the seats, all focused on center stage, a battleground sprawling with maze-like walls of all shapes and sizes and littered with guns. Thanks to the walls, we couldn't see Damien directly, but we knew he was here from the screens. We wouldn't have a show without you idiots. Oh wait, we wouldn't have a show with you idiots, so I'm glad you actually came back. No, that's supposed to say without. Fucking hell! We wouldn't have a show without you idiots, so I'm glad you actually came back. That's so badly fucking done. Like, they could update this shit. How have they not updated it? This game is years old. This doesn't make sense. I know it's free, but still. Oh man, you couldn't even bring back the others? You're no fun. You just really gotta make me work, huh? Anyway, congrats on making it this far, etc, etc. I gotta say, I'm proud of you for making it here, daughter of mine. I'm impressed that you remembered your old haunt just from a few seconds of video. No thanks to you, you dirtbag. Is that any way to thank someone who gives you a room and board? You gave Zarik a way nicer room than I ever got. Blame your mom for that one, kid. Anyway, how about you be a dear and explain the game we've got going on here? The switch we're looking for is somewhere here. The problem is, so is Damien, and he's got a gun, and more ammunition than he needs to kill both of us. So he has like 3 bullets. What about the weapons on the ground? Maybe there's something we can use to level the playing field? It's all we can do, but the odds aren't in our favor. Most of the weapons laying around are useless. They were meant to make people lose hope that they could fight back. Most is better than all of them, at least. Well, yes and no. There's no hope to lose if they knew all of them were fake. That's Damien's MO. He'll give the people trapped on his shows just enough hope for escape, and he'll use that to trap you. Real guns among the fakes. Boats and planes when you're trapped on an island. If we're going to make it through this, you can't fall for his game, understand? Loud and clear. Then let's go. There's no time to waste. We ran from wall to wall, taking cover between each time. Whenever we had the chance, we'd pick up what looked like a gun and see if it was real. We only had seconds to check for each one. Damien was hot on our trail. A gunshot rang out, blowing a hole through the wall Kat and I were hiding behind. That's terrifying. What's the matter? You're like two rats in a lab. He fired again. Shrapnel from the wall scraped my arm. Fuck! It was like my arm had been lit on fire. Zarik, you okay? I'll live. Don't worry. We need to find a weapon. And we need to find the switch. We ran behind another wall, narrowly dodging another shot from Damien. It dawned on me that he wasn't even trying to hit us. He was trying to make us scared. And it was working. But why? He's reloading. Come on. We dashed out from behind a wall and ran past Damien, looking desperately for the switch and for any weapons we could find. If you were running past him while he was reloading, why don't you just punch him? Kick him? Throw him to the ground. Throw him into a wall. Like, don't just run past him. Y'all are two people. Whatever. I managed to pick up 2 pistols. Kat did the same. Damn, looks like they are fake too. How's yours looking? I took a look at the first one. Upon further inspection, it was clear it was no more than a plastic toy. But the second one, Kat realized the same second I did. It was real, with a single bullet loaded. Alright, that's good. Let's... Another shot rang out, blowing a hole in the wall just next to where my head was a second ago. Fuck! How come he gets that fucking hand cannon? The budget's got to go somewhere, I guess. Anyway, we've got... What do you mean somewhere? This place is so fucking expensive. Anyway, we've got the gun. That's probably the only real one in the stadium. We need to find the switch now. Even with the gun, we're no match for him. What do you... Oh, Jesus, whatever. Then what's the point of getting the gun, honestly? We ran further through the stadium, opposite the entrance, until we were square in the middle of the stadium. And there it was. The switch! You'd think they'd have hit it better. Damien's laughter echoed through the arena, as he reappeared on the screens above the arena. Okay, they use stadium twice in a sentence, and then they use arena twice in a sentence. I don't like that. That's not technically wrong in any way, and they don't need to change it, but, like, once again, this goes back to how everything is worded fucking terribly. If this was a book or a light novel... Oh, it'd suck. Oh, music changed. Congrats, you've found the switch. I guess it's a visual novel. Whatever. It's a damn shame. I forgot to mention something about this switch here. It won't do jack shit. Even if you both have access, as long as I've got a heartbeat, and I plan on sticking around. But I'm not heartless. In fact, I think I'm a pretty decent guy for what I'm about to do. Kat looked like she had just seen a ghost. Kat, Zarik, I've got an offer you can't refuse, but only one of you can claim it. If either of you kills the other one, I'll let the one left standing go. We'll forget this ever happened and call it a wrap on Find Love or Die Trying. I'll even let the survivor leave the island. I can even guarantee I'm telling the truth because this is airing live to the world right now. People bow down and get in line because I tell them the truth, because they know I keep my word. Why would this be like that? It being live? How could I... You could lie on live TV, first of all. Second of all, how would I know it's live? Third, why would you make it live when you're doing all these tests and this ruins the past 2 years of work that you did? I like the concept of this game. Alright, I'm just going to keep going. They wouldn't believe me for a second if I ever went back on it, you know? Not a bad deal, huh? Especially considering that if no one takes that offer, I'll just kill both of you. I'm giving you 5 minutes to decide. That's a good number. Then I'm coming for you. The screen shut off. Kat and I looked at each other, a mix of horror and fear on her face, and there was no doubt that mine mirrored hers. Zarik, I can't imagine what's racing through your head now. You probably think I'm going to betray you again, right? I was at a loss for words. You don't have to say anything. Look, I can't blame you for doubting me. And honestly, if you just shot me right now, I'd be okay with it. Because then you'd be free to go. I know Damien will keep his word. But if there's even the slightest chance that you want me to be able to escape from here too, then I need to ask you something that I know sounds insane. What's that? I need you to give me the gun. The only real one we've got. Okay, I don't know if y'all read the Percy Jackson series, but this is like when that dude asked for the knife and he stabbed himself in the elbow. Look, I'm not stupid enough to not know how that sounds. Can you get your claw out of my shirt? Thanks. The simple reality is, I've known you for so long now, and one thing I know about you is that you're a terrible shot. Me, I'm as good as you can get on this island. I think I'm our best bet to taking him down. So that means even if I did decide to shoot Cat, I'd probably miss and we'd both die anyway, right? But I understand completely if you're not willing to trust me. If you think I'm lying, I get it. And if you don't trust me... She closed her eyes and pressed her finger against her forehead. Then please, just make it quick. Freddy, I need you to settle down. The gun in my hands had never felt so heavy. On one hand, a guarantee that I can make it out of here alive. On the other, trusting Cat. Okay, but that's not a guarantee, because that one would be trusting Damien. And I think Cat's more trustworthy. Even if he was spouting all this bullshit about, oh, I keep my word, blah, blah, blah. Fuck that dude. Can I trust Cat after all that she's done to me? Dude, fuck Damien. Listen, oh my god. Can I really believe her words when the memories that can prove or deny them are lost to me? I've got no time. I have to choose. Trust Cat. I trust you, Cat. I held out the gun to her. You do? I probably should have done a quick save or something. Whatever. This is my truth. This is canon in the Zarik channel universe. After everything I've done? After everything you've done, yes. I still trust you. That'd be wild if she fucking shoots me in that scene in the game. No, I wouldn't like that more, but I think it would be hilarious. I know you've been forced to do some awful things to people that didn't deserve it, but I know there's good in you, and I believe in that good. Take it. Thank you, Zarik. So even if she does kill me, that would be traumatic for her. Thank you, Zarik. She took the gun from my hands. I won't let you down. Well, if you do, it's not like I'd be around for long enough to regret it. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Let's do this. We decided to seek Damien out and try to get the drop on him, rather than waiting for him at the switch. My heart was practically beating out of my chest. I couldn't tell if Kat was nervous as I was. As nervous as I was. If she was, she hit it with the same poker face she always had. We dashed to another wall for cover, looked around, and repeated. How much time has passed? It feels like we've been looking for him for hours with the pressure, though I know it can't be more than a few minutes. As the minutes passed by, I could tell Kat was growing more and more impatient. She trained her gun wherever she looked, her trigger finger ready to shoot our only bullet at any time. Left, right. I glanced around, then looked to her and back again. Her hands were shaking. Look left, look right. We've only got one shot to make or break it. Look back to Kat. She's checking a corner ahead of us. She looks left, she looks right. It takes everything I have to stay focused. Don't think about dying, not even the possibility. She turns to look back at me. Oh no. Damien's walking closer and closer from behind her, with his gun resting on his shoulder. He can't be more than 10 meters away. He slowly lifts the gun off from its resting position. Before I know it, I'm running towards her with everything I have. Something is making me run. Something I've forgotten. Just like Deku, like a hero moves, or before he thinks, or whatever. It's off-center. Something I'm just starting to remember. It's the two of us at the beach. I can see it now. How many hours has it been? We made it to the ship, but it wasn't enough. The alarms were deafening. Security was going to be here any minute. And our only saving grace, our ship, wouldn't start. That's it then. I never heard Kat ever sound so desperate. Well, at least we tried, right? Who else can say that? She lowered her head and leaned on me. No, we're not giving up just yet. There's nothing we can do, Zarik. The engine's broken and the guards will be here any minute. We've got at least some weapons. It's not over yet. I grabbed the precious few firearms we had and split them between us. There's 2 of us and hundreds of them. There's no point. Not to mention, you're a terrible shot. You're right. Taking them head on would be suicide. But that's not what you'll be doing. Me? I'm just some nobody. But you're the big man's daughter after all. Your word means a lot to them. She was horrified. I would be too if I were in her shoes right now. No, I won't let you do this, Zarik. We don't have a choice. Look around. Look, I'm not happy either, but us both dying here would be worthless. But if you live, you get a second chance to make it out of here. A second chance to see the other side. I know, but what's the point if it's not with you? You'll have to find that out yourself. They're almost here. Come on. We're running out of time. Her hands were shaking. It looked like she was going to drop her gun any second. I hate you for this, you know. I know. And I'm sorry. She slowly raised her arms and trained the gun's sight directly at me. And now, we wait. Can you do me a favor? What's that? Don't shoot the face, please. I'm rather proud of it. I don't know what I'd do without my supernaturally good looks. She laughed through tears. I would have still loved you, even without them. Right back at you, cat. She kissed me for the last time. See, I said it from the beginning the cat was the best girl. I did. I was... Anyway. I love you, Zarik. I love you too. Sorry, but it's going to be the face. Let me just take off the safety. Wait, I didn't sign up for this. I heard my favorite sound one last time. That was her laughter. I remember that from the dreams. I could hear the guards coming now. We've only seconds left. On the bright side, I won't owe you $10. Our bet? She laughed. I think it's pretty clear who won the bet. I could see the guards now. My time is up. What makes you say... You did it. I'm alive? Everything hurts so bad, I almost wish I wasn't. The shock must have knocked me out cold. I coughed up blood as my vision flashed in and out rapidly. Too fast to tell if I'd been fatally shot. It was all I could do to try to stay conscious. It's as you said, Father. Anyone who breaks our law must be punished. I could just barely make out her voice. I had to burp in Freddy's face real quick. But it brought comfort to me. You really do take after me. You've made your old man very, very proud. Oh, will you look at that? Looks like our little hero's got some life left. Bye, Freddy. Guess he didn't like the burp. You know, Zarik... Oh, never mind. He's just sitting with his ass on my elbow. You're in luck. See, the whole escaping thing, I'm afraid I'm going to have to fire you. No severance. I tried to make a witty comment back, but the only thing that came out of my mouth was coughed up blood. But you're in luck. A new opportunity just opened up, and I think he kicked me in the stomach, then rolled me over with his foot. You'd be the perfect fit. He laughed as he crushed my palm under his foot. You might think I'm going soft on you, but by not killing you outright. He looked down at me, then back at her. But mark my words, you'll both wish I had. Do whatever you want. I don't care about Zarik anymore. He laughed maniacally. I never did like Zarik much anyway. It's rude. I like me. My vision's fading. His words turned to vapor as I could feel myself crumple into nothing. The last thing I saw was her face. She was holding the river back with everything she had. Who are you going to fool with a poker face like that, cat? I love you. Always have, always will. I'm so sorry for what I forced you to do. Even more so, I'm so sorry that you'll be all alone now. But I hope one day you'll understand. Flashback to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, I've almost reached Cat. I pushed myself to run faster and faster, faster than I've ever ran in my life. Cat doesn't see him, but she sees the alarm going off in my eyes. Damien points his gun at his daughter. He's preparing to take the shot. Cat starts to turn around, but there's no time. Damien's finger pulls back on the trigger. What am I doing? I see the world turn to slow motion. Why am I throwing away my life for Cat? These memories, they're mine, yet not at the same time. Who can say if I'm the same person as before, who loved her so much? Who can say if these memories form a completely different me compared to what I am now? There's no time for answers. Even if I've forgotten you over and over, somehow I remember you, and I know that I would do anything for you. I run past Kat and throw myself in front of her. Because I love her. A gunshot rings out. It's like my body is struck by lightning and set aflame. He fires again and again. Undescribable pain ripples across my body as shot after shot rips through me. It's not like the movies, where someone can stand after being shot over and over. The firing stops, and my vision starts to fade. I can barely hear him reloading over the sound of my body screaming in agony. My knees buckle. I start to fall. As I fall, I can see Kat with her gun trained on Damien. There's no fear in her eyes. Her hands aren't shaking, but she's biting her lips so hard that I can see it bleeding. The last thing I see before the dark takes me is her fingers pressing down on the trigger. Damien fires back. So did all three of us die? That'd be kind of wild. Wake up, Zarik! Please, please don't die. What's happening? Am I alive? I never heard her sound so desperate. Please, just wake up. I can't lose you again. Not again. It took everything I had just to open my eyes and breathe. Kat was cradling me in her arms, with tears streaming down her face. Thank God. Don't pass out again. You almost gave me a heart attack. Sorry, Kat. I coughed up blood. Save your strength. Did you get him? We did. That's great. The switch? We should be able to get it now. But you're in no shape to walk. And to be honest, I'm not in the best shape either. I looked up at her and felt my heart drop. You've been shot, she laughed. Yeah, now that I know what it feels like, I'm even more sorry for shooting you back then on the beach. Okay, can we talk about, like, where we got shot? Or at least, like, was hers in the shoulder or something? Like, I hope I get a happy ending and everything, but by all whatever purposes, I never know that phrase correctly, I should be dead. Shot multiple times. Like, come on. There's nothing else you could have done, Kat. That didn't stop me from regretting it every second of these past 2 years. That day, I made a promise to myself. It didn't matter how many people I'd have to hurt, or how much I would have to hurt. I would get you off this island, alive and well, even if it was the last thing I did. Even if I had to see you fall in love with somebody else 100 times. Even if I knew it meant I could never be with you again. I made a promise back then, and I'll keep it even if it kills me. Slowly, Kat tried to lift me off from the ground and onto her back. She screamed and coughed up blood as she tried to lift me up. Stop! You're going to get yourself killed. Shouldn't there be other people around who could, like, help out or some shit? Like, who's recording this live, you know? Is it all automatic? This makes no fucking sense. Then that's exactly what I'm going to do. She lifted me onto her back and took one step back towards the switch. I told myself back then. She stepped forward again. Her legs were trembling. That if you weren't leaving this island alive, neither would I. Where are the, like, 5 chicks? Shouldn't they show up now? I bet they will. Another step closer. Because I love you, you know. One more step. I know you don't remember most of our time together. Her breath was getting ragged. She'd take several steps, then have to pause for breath. Honestly, I'm glad you... Can't you, like, take the jacket off and, like cover the... Like, stop the bleeding or something? I'm grateful for whatever I can get. Like, your skirt literally is meant to be torn. You see that? Like, you have a belt, too? Whatever. The switch is in sight. And maybe the you I fell in love with doesn't even exist anymore. We're so close to it, yet so far. But I'd like to believe it's still you, Zarik. That you're still the same Zarik that I fell in love with. We were just steps away from the switch. That I'm still the one you love. She laughed bitterly. It's just wishful thinking. I know. We're here. We made it. You just... She coughed up blood again. Need to put your hand on the scanner. Can you do that? Got it. I used the last of my strength to reach my hand forward. With every inch I drew closer to it, my vision grew darker. I pushed harder and harder, with everything I had. Got it. My turn. Done. All that's left is to pull the switch. Sorry, Zarik. I'm gonna have to put you down for a second. No problem. Cat gently rested me on the ground. Fuck, I can barely stand now. She tumbled towards the switch. She managed to catch it with her hands and used it to keep herself upright. Here we go. The moment we'd all been waiting for. She pulled it with the last of her strength. A second later, she fell to the ground by my side. The cacophony of machinery filled the stadium. That must be the barrier opening. We did it, Zarik. I'm sorry, Zarik. What for? I don't think we're getting out of here after all. I can't even move. It's okay. We had a good run, you know? I guess you could say that. Okay, shouldn't the 5 girls see, like, oh, the barrier's going down, they must have done it, Damien's dead, let's go make sure they're okay. That's gonna happen. At least the girls will be able to get out of here. They deserve better than to die here. Yeah. I love you, Zarik. Always have and always will. For these last 2 years, I dreamed of us starting a new life together, somewhere far from here. But I guess life's not like the movies. Dreams don't come true. I wish we could have met in a different place, a different time. Maybe, just maybe then, Zarik, we... Cat? Cat? Her eyes were closed. Streams of tears ran down from both her eyes. My vision blurred even more as tears welled up in my eyes. If we could have met in a different place, a different time, I'm sure our story would have been so different. I wish we could have, Cat. I tried to move closer to her, but my body refused. It was all I could do to move my head around. I looked around in futility for some kind of miracle that could save us both. This is too sad an ending. I looked to Cat. I looked to the heavens, which had all but abandoned us. I looked behind us, and I saw what could only be described as angels. I tried to speak, but no words would come out. I must be dreaming. I must be. The world turned to black. Am I dead? If I keep asking myself that, it's bound to be right sooner or later. But somehow, I think there's more to come in my story. And I know there's one person that I want to spend the rest of it with. There's only one right answer. Cat. I'm sorry, Violet. But Cat was A1 since day one, you know what I'm saying? I woke up in an unfamiliar room. Is the room shaking? I tried to get up. Saran in the hospital bed on the boat. Ow, fuck. I looked down to my body. I'd been bandaged up enough to look like a mummy. But I'm alive. Zarik, you're up. Hey, Yui. Where are we? We're on the boat. We're miles away from the island by now. That's a relief. Everyone's okay? I'll let you be the judge of that. Yui ran off, then came back a few moments later. You had us worried, Zarik. I'm so glad to see you're all right. You didn't make it easy to save you either. Oh, and if you find yourself craving brains or bananas, that's entirely unrelated to how I treated you. I'm just thankful it worked. It's so good to see you safe and sound, Zarik. If you died after all we've been through, I'd kill you. But I'm really happy that you're here for me to say that to. You did great, Zarik. The Resistance could use somebody like you. Besides, it doesn't look like you have a real job anymore, huh? Thanks, guys. You really stuck out your neck to save Kat and I could never thank you enough. It's what you would do for us, Zarik. Indeed. We ran after you two just moments after you'd left. There was no point in us escaping if it wasn't with you, Zarik. Yeah, I know Kat said not to, but hey, I didn't remember that at the time, so it's all good. We managed to save the Brothers 5, too. Excuse me. I couldn't just let them be stranded after all. All that we've been through together. I'm glad to hear that. There's no way we could have escaped without them. I nervously looked around the room. Is Kat... Kat's doing well, too. She's resting in the room next door. She didn't think you wanted to see her. I see. Thanks for letting me know, Yui. I should be thanking you. What the hell was that? Oops. None of us would have made it off the island if it wasn't for you and Kat. It's true, despite whatever you may hear Tara say. I'm just saying I have a pretty mean right hook. It's so good to see you all. I've got no idea what the world ahead has for each of us, but try not to sneeze. Whatever it has in store, we'll face it together. You bet. I'm surprised you can say that with a straight face, but yes, I wouldn't have it any other way. I could really use you as a PR person for the Resistance, Zarik. You've got a thing for speeches. Wait a minute. If everyone's here and Kat's next door, who's driving the boat? Everyone looked at Tara. And that's a series exit for Terabyte. Oh. She ran off like a cartoon character. We laughed together. It felt like it's been so long since we could just laugh. No cameras, no fear, just friends fooling around. Oh, they were fooling around all right. Anyway, it's so good to see you're okay. That said, team, we need to give Zarik some time to rest. Once again, I'm not trying to quarantine you because we didn't use a zombie virus's unique properties to save you. Thanks, Scarlet. And thank you everybody for coming to see me. Don't mention it. We're all in this together and all that, right? See you later, Zarik. All right. Enough with the cheese. Get out before Zarik turns. Before Zarik needs res? Yes. And with that, I was alone. Whew. I thought they'd never leave. Hey, Scarlet, what's up? Nothing, She was hiding a syringe behind her back. Need to give you a shot for good luck. Right. I put my arm out forward. Well, the doctor knows best. No, I'm not a doctor. She injected the good luck into my arm. I just wanted to say, thanks again. My life went off the rails back at the island, even before the show. That's putting it lightly. She laughed. I know if I stayed here, I never would have been truly happy for the rest of my life. I never would have been able to help people ever again. So, thank you again, Zarik. You've been out, so there's no way you'd know, but today's the day that would have been the last day of the show. The final ceremony where you ask one of the girls to be with you. Now, I'm not saying anyone's rushing for a proposal, but I think everyone wants to hear an answer from you. That kind of decision takes some time to think over, so I figured you'd need a little space. Thanks, Scarlet. You're right. It's my pleasure. She kissed me on the cheek. Well, I'll see you later. See you, Scarlet. And then I was alone in the room. It's a tough choice, but it's one I know I have to make. I already made it. Why the fuck are we having this conversation? They're all such incredible people. I'd be lucky to be with any of them. Anyone would. I sat in silence for a time, both resting and contemplating what to do. Is it a life of excitement with Allie, A life of rediscovery with Scarlet. A life enjoying the simple things with Yui. A life challenging our limits with Violet. A life of freedom with Terra. And then I just knew. I got up from the bed. I walked to the door of my room and looked for the room next to mine. There. I looked through the window, and I just knew. I opened the door. Hey. Hey, Zarik. You look like hell. You don't look much better. I'm surprised your face is intact. It's survived a lot now, hasn't it? Yeah. You know the girls are hoping you'll ask one of them out today. They'll get the wrong idea if they see you here. I came here for you, Kat, and only you. You've been there for me from even before I can remember meeting you. There's no way I could have ever gotten off the island, or anyone else could have if it wasn't for you. And I know that there's so much we have to figure out, and so much we don't know in this world. But I know I want to face that world with you. Kat. There it is! How do I hide this? Hang on, there's gotta be a button for it. What the hell? Saved a screenshot. That's not what I wanted. This is the picture. This is the image that was spoiled for me before I even fucking started the game, because people on Steam are assholes and just put this picture of Kat crying like all over the file. As soon, like, if you click on the game and you're connected to the internet, it's all you see is this fucking picture. Like, I've given up on people. I really have. Anyway, tears are streaming down her face. I didn't want to hope for it. I walked next to her and got down on one knee. I tried so hard to convince myself that it would never happen, because it was too painful to even hope. I don't have a ring or anything, but I'm sure I can get one later. You don't need a ring. Will you marry me? Yes, yes, yes! I love you, Kat. I love you too, Zarik. More than you could ever know. Wherever life takes you is where I'll go. We held each other close and kissed for the first time in years. Memories flooded back with each passing moment. The day we met, our first kiss, fights in the rain, making up, the joy of just being with the person you love. The day I proposed to her the first time. Damn, you already proposed to her? And she was just going to let you propose to someone else? Oh, God. And now today, and I'm sure there's many more to come. Here's to making new memories together, Kat. I love you. Hey, it's the picture. Hey, it's the credits. Nope, I did it. Is there a post-credit scene? I don't know. Should I cut the stream now? Should I let this go? Should I click something? I don't even know. Oops, I clicked it. Well, I beat the game. Bye.